Hello, comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. I am your host, Bill Miller. Thank you for joining for the fourth installment of our Top 100 Pre-Code Jungle comics. Nyoka the Jungle Girl was created for the screen in the 1941 serial Jungle Girl, starring Frances Gifford as Nyoka Meredith. After the initial film, Nyoka appeared in comic books published by Fawcett, Charlton, and AC Comics. The short story that led to the creation of Nyoka was The Land of Hidden Men by Edgar Rice Burroughs in the May 1931 issue of Blue Book. The short story was later expanded into the Lost World novel Jungle Girl, published in 1932. The novel is set in Cambodia, and the main character is an Asian princess called Phao Tan. Aside from living in a jungle region, she bears no relation to the later Nyoka character, a white woman living in Africa. Fawcett Comics used the film version of Nyoka as the basis for Jungle Girl comics. Issue number 1 appeared in 1942. The character appeared irregularly until 1953 when Fawcett ceased publication. First, the rules. The comics had to have been published prior to carrying the Comics Code Authority seal, and the title had to primarily be a jungle title. No photo covers are allowed. Lastly, these are not necessarily either the most popular or the most expensive jungle books. They are simply the best jungle comic book covers, in my humble opinion. It was almost painful to rank numbers 40 to 21, but it was a visual treat. I made a series of 5 videos with 20 entries in each one, so please join me for the next 20 covers as we count down the top 100 pre-code jungle comic book covers. Alright, starting off at number 40, we have Jungle Comics, issue number 100. From Fiction House. Published in April of 1948. The cover art is by John Solardo. Kanga quickly unmasks this mace-wielding bony gorilla. Great colors, lush flora, but the scene stealer is the lovely lady who strikes an alarming resemblance to Dave Stevens' stellar brunette on the cover of Airboy, number 5. Leaping at number 39 is Jumbo Comics, issue number 81. From Fiction House. Produced in November of 1945. Unfortunately, we do not know the identity of the cover artist. I like the painted skulls on the chests of the native warriors. It is an excellent action scene as Sheena swings in, spear in hand. But who am I kidding? The best part is the poor sap trying to cancel his date with a guillotine. Strong elements of horror with this cover. Monkeying around with number 38 is Jumbo Comics, issue number 148. Also from Fiction House. Out in June of 1951. Though we're not certain, the cover artist is believed to be Maurice Whitman. What an impactful cover, packed with action and glorious colors. Sheena is ready to fire her arrow at a club-wielding gorilla while using her foot to keep another simian at bay. We have a woman in a red dress who is in peril. The plants are thick and lush, and the purple hues are outstanding. Pieing at number 37 is Jumbo Comics, issue number 71. Again from Fiction House. Printed in January of 1945. The cover artist is Joe Doolin. We have a fella in bondage and menacing natives with wonderful snakes on their chests. One of them has what looks to be a scimitar. However, the best part of this image is Sheena diving into the fray from what I imagine to be a lofty tree branch. Sheena's attack is well crafted and dynamic. Hunting with number 36 is Lorna, the Jungle Girl, issue number 6, from Atlas/Marvel. Hitting the stands in March of 1954. The cover artist is Russ Heath. I sure do seem to like these alligator covers. Lorna is ready to spear a vicious alligator in the chest while her compatriot is using a firearm to keep another water reptile at bay. A great action image with brilliant covers. Chirping at number 35 is Jumbo Comics, issue number 154. From Fiction House. Circulated in December of 1951. Sadly, the cover artist is unknown. Great colors, particularly the red on the native's headdress and shield. The panther is wonderfully drawn, ready to pounce, and Sheena seems as determined as ever. The composition of this image is outstanding. Reigning on number 34 is Jungle Thrills, issue number 16, from Star Publications. Hitting the shelves in February of 1952. The cover artist is L.B. Cole. We have a va-va-voom zebra-striped bikini and a substantial knife, lustrous colors, and perhaps one of the most boss-looking gorillas in all of comics. Stampeding at number 33 is All Top Comics, issue number 16, from Fox. For sale in March of 1949. The cover artist is Matt Baker. What a cover! Simple yet effective. Rula, dagger in hand, battles a spectacular octopus underwater. The background is colorful yet doesn't detract from the focus on the battle. Rula is drawn divinely, graceful yet grim and determined. Knifing at number 32 is Jumbo Comics, issue number 66, from Fiction House. Circulated in August of 1944. The cover artist is Joe Doolin. Beware the Valley of Monsters, Sheena. We have a beautiful orange backdrop and a fantastic monstrous cat. It seems that Bob's rifle isn't up to the challenge as the barrel has been bent. Sheena attacks with a knife and a mouthful of fire. A graphic image indeed. Hammocking at number 31 is Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, issue number 18, from Fiction House. Out sometime in 1953. The cover artist is Maurice Whitman. Sheena looks dynamic with her flowing hair, ruby cheeks, and stylish bracelets and anklets. I like the ebon panthers, her pet monkey, and the wonderful detail throughout the image. The skull in the foreground is a great touch of macabre. At number 30, we have JoJo Comics, issue number 17, from Fox. Published in July of 1948. Though we're not positive, the cover artist is believed to be Jack Kamen. It is indeed tough to be a blonde in a red dress in bondage. Our lovely Frail is menaced by what looks to be a cobra. Jojo is leaping to her rescue. The colors are splendid and her fashion-forward belt is ridiculously awesome. Growling at number 29 is Jungle Comics, issue number 49. From Fiction House. Packaged in January of 1944. The cover art is by Joe Doolin. Wow, just wow. This is one of the coolest, scariest, largest, and lustrously colorful snakes I've ever seen on a comic book cover. The woman certainly appears to be in terror. The colors are excellent, and if you look carefully, you will see a much smaller version of our snake hiding in the cavern in the back. Snaking in with number 28 is Zoot Comics, issue number 14A, from Fox. Out in March of 1948. The cover art is by Matt Baker. We have the lovely Rula ready to let a couple of arrows fly in an attempt to rescue her friend from the taloned clutches of a giant bird-like creature. Gorgeous reds and yellows dominate the image with some fine background detail with the village. Running with number 27 is Jungle Comics, issue number 77. From Fiction House. Hitting the stands in May of 1946. The cover artist is Joe Doolin. There is a lot to unpack with this image. We have our lovely damsel in distress in bondage, warriors aplenty in the background, and the seedy stench of New Orleans as the air is thick with voodoo. I absolutely love witch doctor covers. Panthering in at number 26 is All Top Comics, issue number 10. From Fox. Hitting the shelves in March of 1948. The cover art is by Jack Kamen. What a nutty comic book cover. Rula arrives on a wacky scene. We have a frantic woman in bondage with a heavy blade suspended just above her neck by a rope and pulley system. There is a zany-looking warrior, spear in hand, who has lit a fire beneath the rope holding the blade. As a final touch, we have a couple of skulls on the wall. Wielding a shield at number 25 is Kanga Comics, issue number 6. From Fiction House. Circulated at some point in 1950. And though we're not positive, we believe the cover artist to be Joe Doolin. An absolutely gorgeous blue backdrop adorns this cover. I love the frenetic action and the gorillas are outstanding. Our damsel in distress looks to be terrified of the devil apes. Throwing spears at number 24 is Kanga Comics, issue number 18. From Fiction House. Printed in January of 1954. The cover artist is Maurice Whitman. I like everything about this cover. The wonderful moody colors, Kanga on the rampage, and the incredibly ferocious gorillas. I love the box art and the fact that several of the simians are breaking out of it and into the trade dress. Climbing trees at number 23 is Terrifying Tales, issue number 11. From Star Publications. Hitting the stands in January of 1953. The cover art is by L.B. Cole. We have colors galore. Our Jungle Queen is certainly in charge, as she has both a savage tiger and an aggressive lion on leashes. The twin raging baboon images are tops. Wrestling Gorillas with number 22 is Zoot Comics, issue number 16. From Fox. Packaged in July of 1948. Unfortunately, we do not know the identity of the cover artist. No tiger, no lion, no leopard or panther, but we certainly have ourselves a good old-fashioned cat fight. Great colors, nice framing with the foreground vegetation, and there's no doubt that Rula has hair for days. And swinging in at number 21 is Thrilling Comics, issue number 64. From Pines. Printed in February of 1948. The cover artist is Alex Schomburg. We have the pretty Princess Pantha sitting high within a tree, fighting, blade in hand, for her very life against a powerful snake. The mute background forces the attention upon the action. The composition of the image is classic. And that will do it for numbers 40 through 21 as we count down the top 100 pre-code Jungle comics. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got to see some books you either haven't seen before or haven't seen in quite some time. Please leave a comment and tell me your thoughts. Do I have some ranked too high or too low? Or there's some that should have made the list that didn't? I'd love to hear your feedback, and don't forget to join me for the last installment as we count down numbers 20 through 1.